It's August. It's getting a little bit darker. And the first 49er preseason game is in the books. It's gonna be fall. I still love summer, but I love football season. And I like what I see today by the San Francisco 49ers. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, welcome to Garyland Main Event Mania 49er preseason live.
My name's Gary
Special.
I'm a macho man.
Hey.
Parkway gang and make it say,
Yeah.
ooh, yeah.
Hey. I like what I've seen so far from the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, it's a preseason game. Nobody cares. But apparently, this is the only time we're going to see Trey Lance live and in person for the next 3 weeks. The rest of the road preseason game is going to be no Trey Lance. Couple of takeaways from this game. The first takeaway is, there's an old saying, don't bet on another man's horse. And I heard a lot of things about a lot of players. But there's nothing like seeing it for yourself. So I got to see some guys I've heard about. You know, because I'm not out there. I got to, I'm a regular ham and egg. I got a day job, okay? So I haven't got to see these guys in person, trying to, hear about them, hear about what experts say or whatever. I'm happy I'm getting information. I'm not saying that, but there's nothing like seeing it for yourself. And I like this time of year. I like to see the new guys on the team. I like to see what rookies are coming up, who's getting better, who's getting worse. Play imaginary GM. That's what I'm doing here. I'm having a good time. That's what happens. Gary Lamb, Main Event Mania, having a good time. And it's already dark for Panda, so, it's fast. What time is it? It's only 9 o'clock. Summer is coming to an end. But for football season, we've only just begun. Alright, the voice is out of tune. I'm not going to stay out here too long. It's just a damn preseason game. But I wanted to go over a couple takeaways. First of all, the 49er quarterbacks, they look pretty damn good. I'm not going to bury the lead. Let's look at my notes on Trey Lance. Trey looks to pass. That was a hell of a bomb he threw to what's his name? Gray. No, I'm already forgetting his name. Trey looks to Danny Gray, but he got 2 series, about 12 throws. I don't even know what he was. I guess he was 4 for 5. I don't even care, but I like what he saw. I like what I saw. But let me look. I'm the worst. I take notes and I just can't even. I drive myself nuts. But I like what I like. They'll tell you what I like about Trey. He looks to pass even on an early play where he rushed for close to a first down. He's looking to pass, and he moves up in the pocket. And that same play, he slid. Okay, one thing I don't want this guy to do is get hit and get hurt. All right, I like what I saw out of all the quarterbacks, but Trey Lance is a hell of a talent. He's a problem, and you want him out there. Tremendous. Obviously, it lit everyone up. It gave everyone a great taste in the mouth when you got the new receiver. 49ers don't have a number 1 draft pick. We got Danny Gray, who Trey missed earlier. Danny Gray got open down the sideline. Trey held the ball a little bit too long, and he missed him out of bounds. Very next series, it couldn't have worked out any better. Things worked out really for a preseason game. you want your quarterback. That's the main thing that has to happen. Trey Lance has to get some confidence, and he did. Connected to Gray, get it to the fast guy. 77 yards later. If you went out to that preseason game, you saw the hot shot quarterback hit the new thing receiver for a deep bomb. You're happy. All right. Now, is Trey Lance going to be consistent? Hell no. He's a rookie. He is like, this is what I tell my kids about their, or my students. I work with people who have, I'm a therapist, right? And if you have a, like anxiety or depression, you have a superpower, all right? And Trey has some superpowers. It's like they gotta, like, they're all shooting webs all over the place. And, Gabbett is shooting his rays out. You gotta learn how to hone all that talent. It don't come overnight. He's like an X-Man. So he has to hone that talent. And sometimes there's gonna be some misses, all right? Like Brock Purdy looks great, but he doesn't have that kind of arm. He doesn't have that much of control, okay? With great power comes great responsibility, and you need a lot of practice. So is he going to be consistent? Hell no. He just hasn't seen everything. He hasn't seen anything. So can you expect consistency from him? No, but I think you can expect progress. Unless he has a major character change, you can expect progress from Trey Lance, and you can expect a competitor. He didn't like how the last series ended, even though it ended with a field goal. He missed Gray down the sideline, going to his right. Gray made a nice catch, but he went out of bounds. He looked, as far as accuracy in the short game, he didn't miss anybody, but he wasn't perfect. He threw one high to Dwelly. But this is the first preseason game, walking in as a starter. He's going to have some tough moments because he's just brand new, all right? Expect what you've seen today. He's not going to be perfect, but he's really smart. He's going to get better. He hasn't been in the league 13 years. It's just year 2. And he's just honing all this talent. For a guy with that much talent, you think he would run all over the place. He's not. He's not running around with like a chicken with his head cut off. He has a clue out there. He knows what he's doing. So, like what I seen from Trey, I'm just gonna go over some stuff from the first half. Things were interesting to me that I didn't know, and I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. I didn't know that Robbie Gould. So let me finish it up. Trey Lance, like what I saw. Yeah, he's a little bit inconsistent on the short passes. It's just going to take practice and time. I think he's going to get better. I'm looking forward to that. It looks like he has the team. He's a leader in there, right? And I feel I really like him. This guy, he's going to make mistakes. He's just a kid. But for a kid with that little experience and that much talent, he's got it together. He doesn't just rely on talent. He relies on his mind, and he's getting better and better, and he's a competitor. He made that big throw. Hit him. He's going to make some misses, but you can sleep at night, safe and sound, knowing that Trey Lance is our quarterback. Just a preseason game. Don't want to go too deep, but I want to just go over things that are interesting. That happened in the first half at least. Robbie Gould is gonna be doing kickoffs. Wisnowski, our punter, he used to be the punter and the kickoff specialist. He wasn't that much of a specialist because obviously he lost his job. But Robbie Gould is a little bit older, and he's really important to this team. The very first day, the very first time in the preseason, he's got a kickoff. Robbie Gould has a tremendous collision, and I wonder if the Niners are thinking twice about having Gould be the kickoff doing the kickoffs, which he hasn't done in many, many years. He hasn't had contact in years, and now he's doing it now. I'm wondering why. It's probably because, Gold makes a lot of money. I don't think it's about the money, but they need someone to kick off better. Gold didn't kick the ball off. He wasn't a sensation kicking the ball off today, but probably better than Wisnowski. But Wisnowski's actually a fine tackler. I guess Gold's the best man for the job. You can't have 3 kickers for sure. So they tried that experiment. It didn't work. Wisnowski's got to be a better punter. I just hope Robbie Gold doesn't get hurt because he's older now. I mean, he hasn't done it in a long time. His body can't be ready for that. And he had a big collision, but he survived. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. One guy that stood out was Oren Burks, a former Packer. Niners got linebackers on linebackers. Won't go too much with it, but good game, Oren Burks. One of the highlights and players. On the Packers, Jordan Love, I'm not that impressed. He didn't look that accurate, and there's no damn way he's going to take Aaron Rodgers' job any damn time soon. They better keep on paying Aaron Rodgers. Maybe the Niners' offense his defense is that good. It made Trey Lance look bad, and these tremendous 49er quarterbacks who look fantastic. Iron sharpens iron. Maybe that's why the Niners look so damn good, because they have a good defense. But I wasn't impressed with Jordan Love. Who knows what that draft who it could have been, how it could have helped the Packers. Maybe another Super Bowl. We'll never know. And that's why Aaron Rodgers is having a midlife crisis. In other words, he's having a great time. He don't care. Good for you, Aaron. All right. Tavares Moore coming back from injury. I think it was an Achilles. Highly touted for being a great athlete. Man, he got toasted. He got toasted today. He was in the running to be one of our nickel corners. Not a corner, but he was a nickel guy, maybe a 3 safety, in the nickel. It doesn't look like that today. Like Romeo Dobbs toasted him. Tavares Moore needs some work. He's still coming back from an Achilles. Not everyone can come back like Kevin Durant. So, more on the nickel in a minute. I was very surprised that Trey Sermon started today. And I'm going rapid fire because no one cares about the preseason, but I do. I'm a nerd. I'm going to call out some things that are interesting so I can tell you I told you so later. Okay? Yeah. Just like I told you, there is a market for Jimmy Garoppolo, and the Niners are doing the right thing. I'm going to go over that. I'll end the show with that. I don't even know how long I've been going, but I can go all night long. Okay? Like Ric Flair, or not. I'm going to sleep after this and reading the Bible. How you like that? Anyway. Trey Sermon. I didn't hear a lot of good things about him. And that depends on what day you're watching. He was kind of forgotten because you hear about Price and Davis Price. But I'll tell you what I liked. He started the game. He went upfield. He had a reputation for bouncing out and trying to make big plays like it was college. He went upfield today. I like that. He's supposed to have good hands. I love that. And don't say I'm crazy, but you know who his running style reminds me of? Marcus Allen. Now I'm not comparing him to Marcus Allen, but he's kind of slithery. He gets in there and he's kind of slick inside. I'm not saying he's Marcus Allen, but he's not gonna go in there boom 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 but he's kind of slick and smooth inside. So he can get some yards inside. He did today. He wasn't spectacular, but I like what I saw. All right. I'm just going player by player, tell you what I liked. Ross Dwelly caught a high pass from Lance. See, that was one of those like John Madden would call the last shot out of a Roman candle. Those, Trey's just a little bit off. That's just how he's going to be. He's still young. He has all this, this super force he has with him. But, well, he caught it. That's Trey has to clean that up. But you know what? Ross Dwelley caught the damn ball. And that's what matters. Ross Dwelley always looks pretty good. I guess he can't block. But he'll probably make the team as a tight end. And I don't know. He always makes some plays in the preseason. He just never gets to play. The 49ers expect their tight ends to block. George Kittle's it's a fabulous blocker. But you know what? Hey, if you can catch that, that heat-seeking missile by Trey Lance, hey, he might get some more. Ross Dwelley might actually get some run this year, because you got a quarterback like Trey Lance, those missiles from close range, he went by to get it. Hey, Ross Dwelley may finally get that play time. All right, on to the next. Danny Gray. He looked good. He obviously caught that 77-yard bomb. I didn't see much toughness, but I didn't see it for myself. I'm hearing he's tough. I love that. Okay, if you're fast and you're tough and you go inside and get it, I love that. Good for you. I'll take that. Even on the play where I mentioned before, where Trey Lance let him out of bounds, he made the catch. And I like that after something negative, Trey and Gray made it a positive. And here's something else to consider. Trey Lance looked pretty. It's a preseason game. The 49ers' top two receivers, the top player last year, Game.Samuel, and the guy who was getting all the hype in training camp, Brandon Ayuk, didn't play at all. And neither did the starting left tackle, Trent Williams. And if there is a unit on the 49ers that has been maligned, it was the offensive line. Hey, it wasn't that bad. So I'll say that again. So good job on. I'm gonna bring up Trey the whole thing because he's the quarterback, okay? But go by player by player. But he seemed to catch Trey's ball. Trey's ball is supposed to have a wobble. It's fine. It's not that bad. It'll get better. So Danny Gray, a nice splashy play. And you know what that's going to do? That's going to make the highlights. And it's just like Klay Thompson spraying the court for the Warriors. Having that deep threat is going to open up things for intermediate passers. And that's what Trey Lance, that is his strength. So if you got someone deep and you got a run game, you're opening that medium range, in that 20-yard pass where Trey Lance is great. You got that arm, fire it right through. This is good stuff. For the Packers, I brought up some things about Love. The Packers always showed a nice screen game. Love is just not that accurate, man. I'm happier with what the 49ers have than what the Packers have, and they've been working on that for about 4 or 5 years. That Etling looked better. This is not a Packer show, but wow. Cornerback Holman, number 24, got burned a couple times. Yikes. He made some plays, but boy. We'll see. I didn't write his name, but Ambry Thomas, he's always so close. Ambry Thomas is always so close to a play. I like him. He had guts last year. Ambry didn't look bad. He had a penalty, and he had a play where a tip ball went up and he caught it. The guy's just got no luck. Ambry Thomas has no luck, but I'm sticking with Ambry. This Doran Burks guy they got, whoa, pretty good. Some guys flashed today. Kamiko Toure. I want to get too into it, but boy. So, what I do want to one thing that worried me, I liked Ray McLeod. He had that big play from Sudfeld. But he had that fumble, and you can't have that on special teams. And I think one of the problems with him, he's a little bit small. And he's tough. I'm not saying he's not tough. It's just like if your physical body's small, that might be part of the reason you get, the ball knocked out. We can't, with a young quarterback and a good defense and a team that wants to run and control the ball, just don't turn the ball over. Don't turn the ball over. We can go some places. I mean, football's hard. One of the negative things that happened today was Drake Jackson is injured. I don't know the before the show's over, I'll check in on his injury. If we stay healthy, we could do some stuff. This defense looks good. We didn't start our top 2 receivers or our top 2 corners. No one's gonna feel sorry for us because you know what? The Packers didn't start Aaron Rodgers, but we look pretty good. And speaking of looking pretty good, Samuel Womack, number 26, 2 interceptions. He went and undercut one. He almost had a pick 6. But that guy, he's going for the nickel corner. This is the guy who the organization wants to win that job. He did. He's going to get it. He is going to get the job. Great job. Great job, man. I mean, it was there to win. Press the wrong button. But Samuel Womack, if anyone increased their stock in this game, it was Samuel Womack. He's the guy that the staff wants to be the nickel cornerback. He has the right size. He's small with long arms. He looks good. So this is great for the 49ers. I don't remember a defensive back, a rookie defensive back looking this good in his first game in a long time. He's probably past Diamador Lenore and Ambry Thomas, who are both used to playing on the outside. But if this guy can come in and play the nickel, that's not bad. I mean, you got you got Mosley and Tavares Ward. I mean, it's pretty good. So not bad. Womack, 26. He may have got himself a job. The Niners wanted him to start. That was the trajectory he was on. No one else showed out. He totally stood out. And there it is. Boom. It worked out. This may be the best news of the day. Worst news of the day. Drake Jackson hurt. Best news of the day. Womack, 2 interceptions. And he looked tough. He cut a play off. I can't even remember the second one. I was just too happy. Yeah. Drake Jackson hurt with a shoulder injury. I don't know what happened. I'm going to look it up now. What happened to Drake Jackson here? Before we go up there. That's the first half. The highlights of the first half. Trey Lance looked good. Sermon ran downhill. And Womack got 2 picks. He looked good. The Niners need that guy. You need a nickel. And I don't want to overblow it, but if the nickel usually starts, it gets like 70% of the snaps. Everyone plays 3 receivers. Your main rival, LA, the LA Rams, they play Cooper Kupp, in the nickel or in the in the slot. So we'll see. Let me look up Drake Jackson here. Boom. Drake Jackson. You have any injuries here? Injury update. Questionable return. What happened there? Yeah, we got some bad news from MSN with the shoulder injuries and questionable return. Yep. All right. No news yet. I'll check again. I know we're all waiting. I'm not there, so I can't complain. Second half. '49ers did a great job playing the young guys. Wait, before let's go to the second half. Nate Sudfeld. I've heard a lot of negative things about Nate Sudfeld, but I haven't seen him myself. He's fine. He's about 6'6". He seems to have a grasp of the offense. He made that big throw to Ray McLeod. He led a tremendous He was leading a last second or last minute drive at the end of the second half when Ray fumbled. Sudfeld looks fine. He looks good. I wouldn't. He's not the talent of Trey Lance, but he looks like he knows what. I can see why the Niners paid him some money to stay. So, I mean, it's not bad. He knows what he's doing out there. He didn't look like a bum. I've heard this guy was a bummer. A lot of negative press about him, but I thought he was fine. That's why I'm saying, hey, you got to watch the guys yourself. I like that. Yeah, some guys showed out. This Robert Kindiche? Robert, I'm not saying his name right. Robert Kindiche. It's an interesting guy. He had a nice tackle for loss. He was a former number one around pick. He's kind of bounced around. If Drake Jackson goes down, what the Niners they really have a great offensive line or defensive line. They're looking for another edge rusher to take pressure off of Bosa. That's the one thing they really don't have. Nick Bosa's a problem, but you need some help on the other side. So that's where you thought Drake Jackson was going to be. Hopefully this guy's going to be fine, but the Niners sure did, they did their due diligence and dealt with their reputation. People want to come here and be that guy. So Hyder's here too. I heard his name called a couple times. Yeah, Holman again, 24. Defensively, he might not make the team. Malik Turner, I heard a lot of good things about him. He had a big drop. So, I mean, the Niners have 4 guys are going to make the team. And I don't know if the Niners will keep 6. But it's going to be, of course, Debo, Ayuk, McLeod, and Gray. And if you want to make this team, you got to stand out. So I've heard a lot of good things about Turner. Sadly, he had a drop. So, bam. I thought, and Sudfeld again. I thought he looked terrific. He should have led them to some points in the final drive. But my buddy, Ray, I like to see him, but he catch and fumble. That's the one concern. Will he fumble? Because we need his playmaking ability. So we'll see. We just don't want to have those things, right? Sudfeld is not terrible. Another thing I noticed that Etling, he looked better than Love. I don't know if I'd pay. If I was the Packers, I don't know if I'd pay Love the money. He hasn't had a lot of experience. There's a lot of pressure on him. Aaron Rodgers is probably bullying the shit out of him. Or just being totally passive-aggressive. Imagine that, dealing with Aaron Rodgers for 4 years. Aaron Rodgers don't like you for 4 years. But he's probably psychologically damaged. All right. Last couple things I want to talk about. Wait, before I talk about Brock Purdy, all the Niners' back looks okay. It's hard to see. They all look like they run downhill. Hasty looks quick. Everyone looks good. The whole damn thing. They all look fine. But today was about the quarterbacks, strangely enough, for the team that wants to win. So, and you may never see these. You never see the backable quarterbacks if your season goes well, unless it's a preseason. So, these next 2 games, I don't want to see Brock Purdy or Nate Sudfeld in the real games ever. Trey Lance all the way. The only time I want to see Brock or Nate is in the taking a knee. That's all I want to see them for. But for now, I'm going to give them the credit. Brock Purdy, you could do something with this guy. I mean, he doesn't have a powerful arm. Hell no. And people kind of make fun of him for that. But he has a good feel for the ball. His brain got him some places, but the ball wasn't getting there on time. But damn, he has great timing. He knows where to go with the ball. He definitely needs to make this team. He was a last pick in the NFL draft, Mr. Irrelevant. He looked perfectly fine to me. He has some leadership ability. I really liked that back shoulder pass that he made on the 2-point conversion. Some people still can't do this. Like Colin Kaepernick in the Super Bowl never happened. That was a great throw. He threw it right over the defender's turned head. That was a thing of beauty. I like the way he ended the game by running out the clock. He's a rookie. This is his first game, but he's a 4-year starter, put up tremendous stats in a pretty big school. I mean, he's 6'1". Well, he's got some good feet. Him and Sudfeld have pretty good feet. They're pretty nimble. I mean, yeah, Purdy did a pretty good job. So I would keep this guy. Like I said, I hope I never, after the preseason, I hope I never see these guys again. Ever. Like, ever. Just come out on the preseason. Give Lance his water. Tell him, you're doing a great job, Trey. But for now, I want to give you your credit. You guys look good. I think for a guy that was picked last overall, Mr. Irrelevant, he looks good. He's done the job in college. He just doesn't have a great arm, and he's not super tall. It's like 6'1". Or 6'2", but whatever. You can use this guy. If Lance sprains his ankle, he's out for 2 or 3 weeks. I wouldn't mind seeing Sudfeld or Purdy. I mean, they don't have the talent like Lance, And Lance he just has the talent to damn will shit to happen. Like, that's the difference. I mean, that's the difference. The talent to will things to happen. And like Lance didn't come through with that pass at the end of a quarter. Then or at the end of his first series, he went back out there and willed this bomb to happen between him and the same player that didn't work out to. That's what Trey Lance has. That's why he's special. But these guys, Purdy and Sudfeld has a better arm. Purdy's, he's better moving around. He has some athleticism. You can do something with that. You can win some games with that. If Trey, God forbid, goes down, okay? I'll tell you what to look out for. 2 things that just... Too bad. Too many damn drop balls. You gotta catch the damn ball. You gotta catch them. So, I mean, I know Debo and Ayuk are heading in play, but... Look at the second and third and backup receiver. They're going to play, so you got to catch the ball. You got to be ready. So that, I mean, I've heard it's been a thing, something to watch out for. Well, the Niners, drops are contagious. You got to catch the ball. The other thing we want to look out for, the injury to Drake Jackson. He's hurt his shoulders. We're going to need another end to take, to at least win half of his one-on-one battle, somewhat that kind of ability, Bosa is going to get double and triple teamed. I mean, since he was a rookie, everyone was just on him because he's probably never got any kind of a break as a rookie. Just, you knew to double team this guy. He's damn good. All right. And on third downs, when it's a obvious pass rush situation, we're going to need someone to finish the job in there, all right? That second outside pass rusher. Thought it was going to be Trey Jackson. Everyone's high on him, but he's hurt. The things that we should be happy about. Womack's game, tremendous. He's a leader in the clubhouse to be the nickel back. The offensive line. It was, the word has it in camp, it was getting dominated. We weren't so bad. And we weren't so bad in the pass game. So, hey, I'll take it. And Trent Williams didn't play. It's just preseason, but they weren't terrible. All right, and I kept on hearing Poe's name a lot. Not the Kung Fu Panda, but 49er offensive lineman, Poe. All right. And, of course, Trey Lance and the whole quarterback room. Pretty good. And here's what not to expect. In fact, expect what you saw today, but improvement throughout the year. Lance is smart. He's going to get better. But can you expect him to be consistent? Hell no. Because he just hasn't done it enough. His inaccuracy is a little bit overblown, but it's still like he's on certain places he's gonna miss, and the guy's got to catch the ball. He's a young rookie. He has this passion. I remember Brett Favre did that too. So expect those little misses on, like, he'll be accurate and just not totally miss, but just like, hey, the guy's got to reach here and there when it needs to be right here. Those are not easy plays, but expect what he did today. He's not going to be trying to run all over the place. In fact, he probably could have got more yards in the play I'm talking about where he slid for the first down. In fact, that's another top thing. Trey slid. Don't get hurt, Trey. He's going to look to pass. He's going to step in the pocket and look to throw deep. This guy is very courageous. He's probably going to make some mistakes. He holds the ball a little bit too long because he knows he can depend on his arm. So instead of believing it's going to happen, like this would happen with Gray, instead of believing Gray's going to be right there and letting it out, he has to see it. I think Steve Young mentioned this too. Like he believes that he can process it, but does he have the accuracy to get it there? This guy practices a lot. He will get it. He will build his mechanics, but they're not there yet. It's going to take time to really to get to the head. You can't be messing around now. Right now ain't the time to be messing around with your mechanics. You got a damn Super Bowl to win, or next week to win. But you're gonna take some of those throws like that, right? So what were stats here? Trey stats. Trey Lance was 4 for 5, 80% completion percentage, 92 yards, a touchdown, 158 passer rating. He was 4 for 5, but just not on the money pulse, and then a super dime, okay? And the ball he missed was a one out of bounds. So there's going to be times, like I said, they're going to miss him just slightly, just not all over the place, but he throws the damn ball hard. There's going to be times where he's going to be a little bit late with the ball because it's not the experience. In fact, Gray's a rookie too, so you got young guys throwing to young guys, and he hasn't had Debo there to make the chemistry, but I think it's going to get better and better as he plays. And if he does mess up, he's going to come back and get better. And I can see this competitiveness. Like, this tells you something. They messed up. Trey and Gray down the one side, bomb down the next. And he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to. The more confident he gets, the better. All right, or he's just going to keep better and better. He will adapt. The league will adapt. And this is the thing where I think he has the mindset to adapt back. That's what I like about him. He has a mindset to get better, to study, and not just rely on his athleticism, which he has a lot of it. All right, so he's already ahead of the game. That's Trey Lance. Now I want to talk about, I'm going to check on Jimmy Garoppolo. I heard Zack Wilson, unfortunately, was injured. And I got to talk about Jimmy, who's still a 49er. And I've been talking about this a lot on my show. So I'm going to check on the injury for Zack Wilson. So I know exactly what's up with this guy. And I don't wish any negativity on Zack Wilson. I like him. I like him as a player. I'm just, but it is what it is. Football. People get hurt, and it sucks. What's wrong with Zack? Come on. Come on, Zack. Here we go. Ugh. I'm the worst at this. I had this already, too. Not. Okay, injury. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with Zack? Oh, come on. Hear those sounds? Bling. To undergo MRI injury. Oh, it's feared he's lost for the season. He's going to go under MRI. I hope this guy is okay. So he had a right knee injury, and let me check it out right now. Let's see what happened to Zack Wilson. See, he's kind of slight in his body. Oh, it was a non-contact injury. Ah, son of a gun. Uh-oh. Yeah, he cut left and his knee went right. So, non-contact injury. So that's another team that may want him. I'll tell you what this is, what this does. It's just there's going to be more competition to try to get Jimmy Garoppolo. New York fans are not going to, are they going to have Joe Flacco, I guess? Is that what you're looking for? Impatient New York fans? No. Another team to look out for, I think, is Miami. Tua, I don't know. I don't know if his arm matches Tyreek Hill. I could be wrong. I'm gonna keep. It's very interesting because you have Saleh out in New York, and you have the Niners offensive coordinator in Miami. Was it McDaniel? I forget now. So just think of that could, because you never know who might kind of swoop in, because everyone's taking the Browns, which everyone knows the Browns are on there, but now you need a quarterback, or your guy got hurt, like what happened to poor Zack Wilson, and you need a quarterback for the year, or those teams are going after it. They just like, oh, this guy is unattainable. When people want what they can't have, and someone else, another team that might blindside the Browns and the Jets and try to get Jimmy. So I think the Niners, at least they did a good job for the team to try and acquire something for Jimmy, probably some draft capital. And I'd love to see Jimmy Garoppolo in New York or Miami or a big city like that. I'd love to see him there. I want this team was a bunch of scrubbinos. The one they were scrubs. It's just that they didn't have a real quarterback. All right, they had Beathard and Mullins, and they just, tough guys, but they just didn't have the talent. So now that we got Trey, there's this new quarterback, the new quarterback style. You can run and pass and do every damn thing. The old pocket pass was obsolete. I don't believe that, but hey, Jimmy kind of took us as far as we can go. But I think the 49ers did the right thing. And now that Zack Wilson's hurt, now you got two potential teams that may want Garoppolo. So patience is a virtue. All right. So we'll see what happens here. The Niners may have a new player. They may have a deal for Jimmy Garoppolo, and Trey Lance will have been made tougher by going through this quarterback controversy, dealing with it like a grown-up. In life, nothing comes easy. You don't want someone who's going to be mentally broken by the presence of another person. If you thought that Trey Lance was going to be mentally hurt or he was going to shrink because you had his predecessor still in the building, then you got the wrong guy anyway. All right? Jordan Love on the Packers, he ain't going to make it because when Aaron Rodgers pouted and he started kicking ass. All right? You want people who, when the competition's there, when the bad situation's there, they start kicking ass. That's what Aaron Rodgers did, and Jordan Love is probably never going to be anything. I don't hope that on him, but he didn't look great tonight. Hope you do well, kid. But if you were worried about Trey and this situation hurting him, he's a wrong guy anyway. All right? Football's a tough game. It's not an easy situation, but you can't just drop an asset like that and be impatient. And now we're seeing in the NFL, quarterbacks are an asset. And I think the 49ers, in this situation, did the right thing. They didn't listen to everyone else's advice. They used their head. People can say what they want about Jimmy Garoppolo, but he is a useful quarterback. There's like half the damn quarterbacks in the NFL are useless. And of course, you start this, everyone thinks their season, oh yeah, this guy's going to be good, until they suck in week 2. And of course, in the NFL, someone always gets hurt. Very sadly for Zack Wilson, it looks like his knee is messed up. The 49ers were patient. And look, you can go right to your ex-coach, plug and play Jimmy Garoppolo. Start spreading the news. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going today. If Cleveland still wants Jimmy, they're gonna have to pay. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Now you got 2 teams in competition. Maybe they just use Flacco. I wouldn't do it. And with that, this has been Gary Lamb, Main Event Mania, with Panda. God bless you. Keep it real. Keep it clean. Go Niners! Trey Sermon! Oh yeah!